Hi there. Welcome to the Wellness Gala's free online series. Take care of yourself. How are you today? I am Tracy Nosal, intuitive life coach, Reiki master healer, and reader. So welcome to everybody that's joining. I'm going to give everybody just a couple of minutes to get on here. And while I'm waiting for that, let me just silence my phone just in case. You know, every time you forget to do that, somebody's going to ring you in, right? So I wanted to see how everybody's doing today and give a reminder from a couple weeks ago when I was on live. It was the full moon. And tonight's not the new moon, but tomorrow is going to be the new moon energy coming in. So I wanted to go into discussing from the last time when we were releasing a lot of energy and moving through and shedding old stuff. So going into the new moon energy is time to set your intentions, right? So setting intentions is making a list of what do you want to create? What do you want to manifest in your life? What do you want, right? But when you do this, and don't mind the pine cones coming out of my head here. Sorry. Tonight's going to be light and fun and something different. So anybody that's watching, say hello and interact because I'm going to be pulling some cards too. So anyway, getting back on track. So setting intentions for the new moon energy is definitely about what you would like to create in your life. The issue with this is a lot of people want to create something, but they go, oh, I don't know if that's going to work. And then guess what happens? You cancel out your intention. So the analogy I like to give to everybody is when you plant a seed in the ground, right? You dig the hole, you pack it down with the dirt, and you give it water. And what do? You wait. You wait for it to grow. So if you dig up that seed, you're going to kill it. So it's the same analogy. It's the same thing when you set an intention. And if you go, well, I'm not sure. Well, guess what? You just killed it and it's not going to come. So it's the power of intentions. Wayne Dyer has a book on that too. Fabulous book. So tonight and going into tomorrow for the new moon, and we usually feel the effects a couple days after, is make a list. We are in unprecedented times and we're getting used to navigating a new way of life, right? And I know everybody hates to hear that new normal, but this is an opportunity for us to create something like, what do you want to do? What's your fun? What's your spark? We're getting out there. And hi, Ed, I see you're on here and a lot of my clients popping in, which I love that. I had told Ed a long time ago, if it catches your eye, share it, right? So, and he's actually an amazing photographer, except he's been sharing a lot of snakes lately. So I'm like, really? Okay. So I also wanted to touch base a little bit too with totem animals. I've been seeing, very privileged to see a bear yesterday, mother bear with her cub, little teeny thing, and a deer today with her little fawn. And it's the magic of life. It's the new beginnings. It's new birth. It's new things. So what are we giving new birth and life to our life? What are you creating? What do you want to do? Now's the time. Go do it. But and Ed's laughing at me, right? Like no more of that. So it's that fun of enjoying the simple things around you too, right? So the reason why I'm going into this with the animals and the totems and nature, and if it catches your eye, share it, is it's a vibrational pattern, right? If we are stuck in worry and negativity and not sure and uncertainty, if we're wrapped up in that, we are out of alignment with source energy and the law of attraction. And we have to be peaceful and in balance and in harmony with ourselves for everything to draw in that we set our intentions on. And that is taking a deep breath, grounding, and enjoying nature. Because guess what? If we're outside taking pictures of the flowers or the scenery, we're thinking about that at that time. Like, well, is this shot good? How, like, that's the moment we're in. So we're not distracted by too many thoughts and things going on in our head. We are simply just being. And the weather is getting nicer and nicer here in North Jersey, and it's been beautiful. So it's a perfect time to get out there and explore. Go for a walk. Go for a walk around your house. Go to a park if you can. But if the very least, go sit outside, enjoy the sun, bask in it, and just breathe. That helps to ground you. It helps to clear the static charge that we sometimes get built up in our auric field when life gets too chaotic or too many things are going on, or we're sidetracked and things to do. So setting the intentions, set it, set it. Like just set it and forget it. So dream big. What do you want out of life? Write it down, because you never know. Some things you have to remember that there has to be situations, people, situations to line up for things you ask for to come into play. So some things can come in instantaneous with like 5-10 minutes, some a day or two, some several years. I go back over my life and I see things that took 15 years to come in, but I said it and I forgot about it and it came in. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then other things happen the second I think about it. Travel, for one, for me usually happens that way, which is fantastic too. So um, if you guys have any questions tonight, I want this to be a little bit more interactive. I will try to follow up as I see you guys typing. Hi, Julie. Nice to see you here. So we're going to play a little bit. The first deck, I have a few decks here with me today, and because I did want to do some intuitive messages. I just want everybody to be in a happy, good place and breathe, and let's enjoy this. So the first deck is Indigo Angel that I decided to pull. Okay, so the first card up is You Already Know, right? And this card is fantastic. You already know. We always know what we need to do, but the monkey mind kicks over, like it just gets in our way. It's like, well, should I, shouldn't I? And when we stop and we truly think, we already know the answer. So I like to be playful with the thoughts and kick the monkey off the bike and get him out of the ring, right? It's the simple little things. And when you can do something to raise your vibration or raise your thoughts, it clears your mental slate. And then all of a sudden you can think clearer again. So that is the key. We always have to unwind that tangled web that we have going on in our head and kick back. So either to dance or sing or laugh or have some fun is then you come back to that state of balance and you're going to know the answer that you're seeking. Okay. Especially when you have to make decisions. Okay. Definitely pops up in the stomach area, your sacral and your solar plexus chakras, or definitely the stomach, for back of a loud term, right? If you tense up when you have to make a decision and you're like, I'm not feeling right about it, that is actually your body's intuition kicking in and physically telling you and giving you an indicator of which way to go. If you need to make a decision and you're relaxed about it, that's when you know your answer. That's how you know. Okay, so now the second card coming up out of this deck is self-care. And I have to laugh because you're going to see my kitty cat Onyx behind me in the window. This is another thing why I'm bringing the animals up, is the more you raise your vibrations, you can tell that you're elevating because the animals draw in closer to you. They'll come in, and actually I have a funny story today. I stepped out the door and I went to get something out of my bag. And as I went to step forward, I kicked something off my foot and I looked down, it was a chipmunk. And I had to laugh. I was like, wow, okay, I guess I'm getting in alignment because they are literally coming to my front door. So it's a lot of fun with that. So again, okay, so self-care, because see, the animals distracted me. Okay, so self-care. Okay, what's self-care mean to you? Is it going out for a hike? Is it going for a bike ride? What is it that makes you relax, that you can take some time for yourself and relax? I know, Julie, that was a good one. Somebody else is like, really? You kicked a chipmunk? I was like, I didn't do it on purpose, but so there it is. Having fun today. It's a fun, happy day. So, and that's good, Caroline. The birds coming close lately. Yes, that is a huge indicator when you are shifting your energy, is that you're seeing animals. And Ed, for you, because you've been seeing a ton of snakes, is shedding old skin. Okay, so it's, snake cannot grow until it sheds its skin. So you're growing into a deeper version of yourself too, and you're definitely one and fun and comical yourself. So yeah, so here's another thing. If you see an animal out of the ordinary that catches your attention, Google spiritual meaning of, and you're going to be amazed at the messages. They're always spot on. And you're like, oh, who knew? So that's something fun and playful to bring back into your life. because that's what it is. We get all too busy and we're stressed out. We need that fun. We need to play. So have some fun with that. And that's what I'm saying. Get out in nature when you can, because it's delightful. It's magical. It's happy. And it's just so amazing when I talk to people that I see magic everywhere I go. Everything is a sign to me. And then the same person that's like with me and they're seeing it totally different. And I'm like, well, you need to clear yourself there. Like, how could you not enjoy this? But that comes back to being peaceful and in balance with yourself and enjoying that. So next card up is ask for a sign. Okay. Another thing, if you're pondering something and you're not quite sure about it, ask for a sign. You will be given it. Hi, Betsy, popping in there. And when you ask for a sign, and Betsy knows all about asking for signs and hearing them, you will see repetitive numbers. Again, you can Google spiritual meaning of a specific number too, because that will also give you information. But signs can come in all sorts of forms. And you've got your higher self guiding you. You've got your guides. You have relatives on the other side. There's a lot of circumstances that will come in to give you a sign, but you have to ask for it sometimes. And remember, your guides do not interfere on your life because you're human, you have free will. So if you need assistance with something, by all means say, angels, please help me with this. Or if you have somebody specifically that you pray to or, call upon, by all means, work with that energy. Okay. So now I am going to the Spirit Oracle deck because I'm just having fun with the animals today. So we're going to enjoy this. So the first one that I pulled was the Parrot Spirit. Watch your words. Oh, this is a good one. These cards are beautiful. Okay, so words have power to them. So what we say, we're actually speaking into existence. So what we think about, we bring about, but what we feel about, we also charge to us like a magnet. But watching your words, whether you're speaking them out loud or just thinking them, I'm telling you, I catch myself all the time. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that was not the most positive way to say that. And it's usually because somebody's pointing it out to me. Like, oh yeah, great. Oh, forgot about that. And what happens is we automatically go back into our old pattern, our old way of thinking, our old way of responding, and it's breaking the cycle. So watching the words, especially when you are doing your new moon intentions tonight and tomorrow, you need to make sure it is positive and you speak it as if you already have it. That is the other trick there. So make sure to watch your words. They're very powerful. Start playing with that a little bit. You're going to practice that. You're going to see it. That happens with work too, all the time. Christy's been seeing the rabbits. Love it. Look that one up. So when you are speaking and watching your words, it's the same thing when we encounter somebody that's slightly stressed. Let's put it that way for the nice way to say that, is if they're slightly stressed out and they're not as friendly as they could be, let's say, right? It's our opportunity to respond with love and kindness and get them to soften so they can hear what it is that you're saying. So good job, Julie. I'm glad you're responding better. And I have to laugh because we worked on that a long time, right? And we had to go through that on several sessions to switch that up. And then once we did, it's like poof, as if by magic, everybody around her is shifting. So I love that because it works. Now, the next one coming up is the Cow Spirit. The miracles are endless. Look at that, right? It's all adorned. So miracles that way, everybody, it's our conditioned mind of being told, oh, miracles has to be, excuse me for saying this, Jesus coming down and healing us, right? Miracles are everyday little things. Which you deem it as being a miracle, whether it's a healing or anything else, then it's a miracle to you. So to fit for everybody, I say intentions, right? Because I get the intentions in all time. Everything manifests left and right, left and right. And so that's an indicator. How's your life going? Because how you're thinking and feeling in this moment is creating your future. Okay. So people forget about that. And then all of a sudden we're in this whirlwind of stuff. And then we've got to sit and look back and say, okay, what was I thinking previously that this is in my situation? Okay. It's also a frequency from the subconscious mind. If we have not cleared out certain patterns out of ourselves, we're also drawing into us like a magnet certain things that we no longer want because it's still in our frequency. I go over that in my coaching program, so that's a conversation for another day. If there's interest in that, I will go over that a little further with you. So, and good, I'm glad you're seeing lots of cows. And see, this is where the spirit animals, just so you know, you don't have to physically see them. You could see it on a TV. You could be flipping through a magazine. If something catches your attention, that is the magic. That is the fun of like, oh, that feels nice, right? Google it. Google spiritual meaning of. Now we have the lizard spirit coming up, which is dream the world into being, right? So there it is. Dream it into being also goes into setting intentions for the new moon. And you can set intentions whenever you want to, actually. But with the moon energy, that's the time to do it. They go in just fast and furious, and it seems to come in much quicker. I am also going to pull some cards from, does anybody have any questions as I'm pulling some cards here, shuffling? So the next deck here is Keepers of the Lights. This one is beautiful deck as well too, and delivers lots of confirmations. Not surprised this card's coming up. Is Serapis Bay Ascension. Okay, we're ascending. We are ascending to higher levels of being and thinking and doing. So that's powerful, and it's the Egyptian energy. So this card is also rising above the darkness and stepping into your true self. This is another reason why it's time to relax and focus and clear out your energy from stress. So when you come home from work, make sure you take some downtime and collapse down the day out of your mind. Get those thoughts, like go through your day and then say, okay, and just view it. Or you could have been like, well, I could have handled things better, but just view it and let it go, let it go, let it go. And all of a sudden you relax. That helps you sleep better too at night, just so you know. Okay, now we have the life force energy coming up. And I'm not exactly sure how to say that, so I'm not even going to botch it. Life force energy. That's your chi. That's your prana. That's your energy. That's you. Where's your energy at? Okay, is it elevated or is it lower? That's a good indication too, because if you're not feeling good and if you're tired, you will get sick. Actually, you're going to feel run down, you're going to feel tired, you'll get fatigue, things like that. So that life force card is to remind you, keep your energies up. Where are you at? All right, here we go. See, I called them in. And I'm not a religious person, I'm more of a spiritual person, but this card's been coming up several times this week. It's Master Jesus, and it's forgiveness. Okay, so, and look, pointing to the heart chakra too here. Okay, so forgiveness for this week, and since it's live and there's a lot of people on here, forgiveness is for yourself. A lot of times we've done things and, made decisions that looking back could have been much better. So forgive yourself and don't hold on to guilt or anything of the such. Is just to forgive yourself for not knowing any better in current circumstances. Okay. And then of course, forgiveness for others. And that's a topic for another day as well too. That goes into the coaching programs. What it's doing, forgiveness across the board, is releasing the energy off of you. Because there's some things that, mull around in the back of our head, and every now and then it comes up and we're thinking about it, and it's just like, like we get angry or we get upset, and and I'm like, why am I carrying that? I'm like, oh, I need to forgive that. And even if it was things that was done to me, I get it. It's usually what it is where people don't want to forget it is because it was a situation, card jumping. It was a situation that we just didn't want to deal with, or it was painful, and it's okay it's like, all right, that's just not necessary. I cannot change the situation. I don't want to carry the baggage and the weight. And the second you let that go and you forgive, you can feel the weight of what you were carrying once you set it down. So forgiveness across the board on everything. It's more for you than anybody else. Now, I love the cards jumping today. White Eagle's coming up. Ancestor Spirit. This is connect with your lineage. So the totem animals, and then we have a lot of Native American energy coming up. And connecting with your lineage is, sometimes this is where our behavior patterns came from because they're in our DNA. And sometimes we're here, like myself, to break cycles in the family, right? So enjoy diving into that. So the lineage, embrace it, view it for what it was. A lot of us have some things in there that we're like, okay, some not so good, some great, but we also have our lineage and our ancestors coming forth with us to guide us through this stage of what we're doing here on this planet. We chose to be here during this ascension, and some of us are like, wow, really? But here we are. So keep smiling, keep doing your thing. And yep, Julie agrees on that one. Now, here is my all-time favorite goddess, is Goddess Isis. Magic manifesting, okay? It's the power. See, she was the original mother healer. She also understood energy, and that got squashed over decades and generations and cultures. And now we're coming into Goddess Isis is back. Here we go. Magic manifesting. Again, goes back into intentions. We're in new moon energy. Power of intentions. Create it and have fun with it. This is what I like to tell people. When you set your intentions, write out a list, excuse me, as if you had just won the lottery. What would you put on your intentions list, right? So that way it's just freeing the energy and you get to think about just whatever. And just there's no stipulation on it from your mind closed in saying, oh, I shouldn't think about that. Yeah, you should. Create it. What do you want? So it's fantastic. Okay. Now we have Cloak of Wisdom. Cloak of Wisdom coming in. Okay. And we've got the sacred geometry here, but we also have the Egyptian Ankh, which is the symbol of life. You also notice around the auric field with the but we also have the snake. It's that rebirth. It's the shedding of the old skin. It's that cloak of wisdom. We all have this innate wisdom. Okay, so it's trust what you know and how do you feel. That's it. How are you feeling about things? What do you like? What do you want? All right, guys. Any questions for me? Ask now, because we're going to be ending shortly. So I have a card, as I was just shuffling, flew out, is we have the Divine Director coming through, which is intervention and purpose. So divine intervention is occurring because we are all elevating on a soul level. And that's the magic of the beauty of this chaos that we're in. What are you doing with it? What are you doing with the time? How do you feel? What do you want to do? Enjoy it. Enjoy. So let's do a couple more. If anybody has a question while I'm on here, because I can pull a card for you if you'd like. And we're going to go back to the Indigo Angel. And let's see. All right. So this one's been coming up too, is health. Okay. Notice that the scale has fruit on it. Okay. So with the health, we're coming into, well into spring at this point. And when we eat a little lighter or we balance things, we are changing our genetic makeup and the cellular structure, but we're also vibrating and elevating our auric fields. So the fruits and vegetables, it's like winter eating where we stock up on heavier foods and we put that layer of fat on basically. And now we're coming in spring, it's warmer and it's time to go back to some fruits and salads. So everything in moderation. I'm not saying go one way or the other. Just balance it, okay? And love yourself, right? I used to hate when people would say that. I'm like, what do they mean by that? Like, seriously? I get it. I'm like, because I love me. I'm a goddess, right? Here I am, right? So it's being comfortable with yourself. Enjoy, like, do what makes you happy. And as long as you're not hurting other people at all, then just be you. Do you, right? Enjoy that. And that's the part of loving yourself, because any relationship is not going to be its best if you're not happy within yourself. Everything starts with you. During the coaching programs I do, a lot of people are like, well, why do I have to do the work? They were the ones doing it. And I'm like, Yeah, oh yeah, Shona definitely probably was. We got a lot to go over on that card. And yes, loving yourself is being happy with yourself. Because when you're happy and peaceful with yourself, if your partner is not content, then they're going to be in a different place than you are. Like whether it's like out in the garage and you're cooking, but if you're in a happy, peaceful place and they're just not happy, you're just gonna like look at them. They'll vacate. Don't worry about it. So I also have the beaver spirit coming up. I'm back to the spirit animals. So it's lay a solid foundation. Okay. So intentions, think positive. And it's a time to create what it is that you want in your life. So setting a solid foundation means you love yourself, you're content, you're solid, because you cannot hide from yourself. Okay. You cannot put up a facade and build a solid foundation. It will crumble. Okay. So there we go on that one. And now we have the scarab beetle, which is magic works through you. And yes, it does. It works through all of us. I teach this all the time. As long as, hey, Diane, how are you? Love, I was wondering if you're going to be there. You'll have to go back and watch the rest of this. So, because you're missing all the fun. And hopefully I'll be on again. I'll have to talk to Deb, and don't mind my little kitty's hiney as she goes by. There you go. See? I can't. It's the animal energy. Can't make this up. So this is, see, flickering of the tail. So the scarab beetle spirit is magic works through you. Is let it work through you. Don't second guess things. When you get intuition and just a spark of an idea, it's coming through you. It's definitely working its magic. And I have to laugh as I'm thinking about that. The next card I pull is the bear spirit. And they came to me, not the brown bear. We had black bear here, of course, but take time out, right? When you take time out, you're going to actually just, yeah, there you go. Hi, Onyx. Take time out. Take time out for yourself. Understand. It's like just that peace and that quiet. And when you're taking that time to go enjoy nature, like Ed and all of his snake pictures over there, okay? No more of those. I don't want to see those. When you're taking time out for yourself, you're enjoying, you're just relaxing. That is part of taking care of yourself, which is the card I pulled earlier too. Now, somebody needs to hear this message is Otter Spirit, you are never alone. Look at that sweet, loving two little faces there, right? Otters are so precious. You are never alone. We have your spirit guides. We have guardians. We have beings. We have friends. And I know for a lot of people going through these past couple of months has been rough. They're not used to being quiet. Personally, I love it. And I work from home, so nothing much has changed on my end here. And I'm just noticing more animals. So it's beautiful. But you are never alone. So with that being said, don't forget to reach out to your friends. Sometimes we get a little busy and we forget to do that. My apologies, because I know I'm not the best at that. Now, lovely card coming up here. Spider Spirit, okay? Make your dreams real. And although I'm not a super big fan of spiders, I do love their totem spirit with this, because you have the web. And if you had not experienced one piece of something over here, then your web wouldn't have connected and brought something to you over here. So every experience that we have gone through, like I always say, is the down payment on your destiny. It's all woven together to bring you into your current moment. And it's been from your work to your relationships to you ascending up into higher levels of yourself and knowing you, loving yourself and understanding your soul and knowing you better and what makes you happy. This is what happens too, is when we're busy in life and we're working and too much is going on, we get into this routine. And then all of a sudden we lose ourselves. And that's primarily a lot of what I coach about is where'd you get lost and how do we unravel that and we can shift it quick. And it's always brought back to first is you need to notice the beauty and the love and the joy and everything that's around you. So we have a little bit more time here. So I am going to, this deck I've been using quite a bit is Talking to Heaven. And here comes Onyx again. Can't with the tail. Yes, I love you. They're so sweet, these animals, right? So Talking to Heaven. I've had some friends lose some pets recently and some family members. So it's been a little rough for some people. So um, this deck I haven't used in quite a while, but I've been sharing this. So we will be together again. So for whoever needs to hear this, remember, whether it's, I know Diane, she's definitely feeling my energy, and I have to laugh. I'm sorry. I'll get back to this. When I was checking my cameras earlier, she stood with her butt right here. And I was like, really? That's not going to go well when I'm live. Love the animals. Yes, she is definitely feeling my energy. So that is, we will be together again. So getting back to the animals, or whether it's somebody that's crossed over, that's an indication, that's a sign, is that they're now around you. They can assist you more from the other side. And Diane on here, lovely, lovely, she is a medium. And I will think about my brother like in a bold way, like, oh my God. And all of a sudden she'll call me. She'll be like, so your brother just said. So if you need a medium, she's fantastic. And here's the next one is, my mind is free. You have to remember, when souls choose to transition out of the physical body here, they're free from this baggage and this heaviness of the schooling here of what we're living and going through. So their mind is free. They get to go back to source. They get to go back to love. They get to go back and get into, you know, that in between stage of when they're back on the other side. And if they choose to reincarnate again or not, that's up to them. Hindus always believe that you want to get to a point that you live your life so well that you heal and learn everything about yourself that you don't have to reincarnate. So that is what I'm aiming for. So for somebody else that's on here, might need to know this, I am with the rest of the family, right? So thinking about the pets too. I've had people say to me, they're like, I see a dog that's not here that keeps running around you. And that's one of my pets that I had. So it's nice to know that they're around and people can feel and people can see that. So usually I cut this video off at the half an hour mark, but I'm going to go a little bit longer because, just because I'm having fun. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. Okay, so we have Owl Spirit coming up. You see clearly now and look at the crown. This is the energy that we are all in right now, okay? Is that we are gifted beyond belief, all of us, and we're starting to see clearer. This shutdown time has really given an opportunity to sit and be still, that we can really see our soul's essence. I put this deck down and it said, not yet. There's more to come. So good, Kathleen. Thank you so much. Oh, and here we go. So we've got Dove Spirit. Be at peace. Okay. So be at peace and seeing clearly now. Again, another confirmation to have your mind clear when you're setting your intentions tonight or tomorrow, right? So I've got, a lot of you I either currently work with or have in the past. So you've worked with me long enough to know, okay? State your intentions, create it now. And whether you're a business professional and you need to set some goals, that will help set the energetics. I know I have some friends that we are so busy that we can barely get through the day and complete the task at hand, not to mention sit down and write a list. So what I'm throwing out there for you, especially Kathleen, love her dearly. It's my PR rep on here. So set some goals of what is your intention for how much business that you want to call in. And yes, we go, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but yeah. It's an energetic thing. This is what I'm telling you. Write things down. Set goals, right? I keep a scrapbook. It's a sketchbook actually, where I will cut out pictures. So I do like a vision board within the book. But in there, I have a list of intentions to manifest, right? So when you set intentions for how much money you want to make, it's pen to paper and it puts the universe in motion. So that's why I recommend for everybody across the board, take time tonight or tomorrow to actually set your intentions, because it's going to be heightened with the full moon, not the full moon, the new moon energy, sorry. Okay. So yeah, it's manifest. And that's the fun part of it. What do you want to create? Kathleen, yes. Yeah, you all know when I'm talking to you, I'm pointing you all out today. So, but it's having fun with that. So enjoy. I hope this is helpful. And I so enjoyed seeing all my friends and peeps and coworkers and everybody on here with me. And this is always a lot of fun, a lot of pleasure. And I like to keep it light. I can be tough sometimes and force and like, go, 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 get it done. But it's really been such a freeing few days of seeing all these animals is to be genuine, be sweet, be peaceful, and have some fun. Enjoy that. And, my daughter's graduating, and it's such a weird time during this COVID thing going on. And there was a Sussex County group that had Adopt a Senior. And she definitely, I'll get to that in a minute, Diane. So, Adopt a Senior thing came up where Betsy, I don't know if she's still on here, she's like, get her in there, right? So she ended up adopting her, but a random stranger adopted her. So I messaged her, I told her what she likes, and she lived local. I've seen her before at the market, so I trusted her to come to my house. She brought this beautiful gift for Madison for graduation, just out of kindness to say, here, I hope she's doing well through this. And it really just really restored my faith in humanity to come back into, oh my God, there are some nice people out there, and enjoy that. So Diane, all right. So Diane is asking, am I finding a lot of tense and anger around you guys? So, okay. Whatever's going on around you guys, you have to remember, shield up. All right. You need to get your auric fields in shape. Okay. So whenever we do work like this, or we're thinking about people, we have to make sure that our auric field is not wide open for everybody and everything and every being, especially Diane, you being a medium, is, you've got to shut the door sometimes. So people that might be angry around you right now, it's not necessarily about you. It's because they're not happy with themselves. Right? I'm sure that resonates. So give me a little bit more on that, Diane, if that's heading in the right direction. Just make sure I'm not going off on a tangent for somebody else. So, and yes, Julie. So good. I am glad you're learning a lot about this stuff too. So yeah, it's powerful. It's wonderful. And this is just energy. I have a science degree, and, people are like, oh, psychics, this and that. It's really, really not that. It's trusting your guides, your intuition, your instincts. We've all had this, but they have been suppressed, period. Over time, ages, government, religions, it's been suppressed, period. So this is where it's like, get back into trusting and feeling and being. You're going to be so much happier. You're going to just feel different. Okay, so yes, Diane. So Diane says there seems to be a wave of people in general. I think it's the general atmosphere. So yes, and yes, it is definitely been a general wave. There was a massive hit of heaviness for a while. And Diane, I'm going to remind you, and by the way, for the group here, I am putting together a new program. It's going to be online. It's going to be in a group, and there's going to be a lot of the stuff I'm going to go over. There's a lot of training I've done in the last several months on energetics and unhooking any energetic cords that are not ours. And Julie's already in it, where we go in. And so Shauna, if she's still on here, as we go into unhooking our subconscious patternings. Okay, so Diane, with the general atmosphere, yeah, it's been tough. There are days where I feel like Wonder Woman, where I'm out there like just like deflecting negativity, because I'll go out there, I'll set my energy, I'll be peaceful, I'll be happy, because that's the other thing. I'm always checking myself. Well, what's my energy? Am I thinking about negative, nasty, rude people, and is it me drawing them in? And then some days I will set myself and I'll go out there and it is simply obnoxious, and I'm like, wow, it feels like a battle zone out here. And that's why I love, and Diane, you too, I love living out in the country where it's like, okay, I can go home. I can play with the animals. I can watch the bears walking by my window and just be in peace. So yes, Diane, the energy has been shifting with some people with that heaviness. So you just need to remember to shield up for a moment, right? And put your auric fields, set your intention, put some gold light around yourself, and ask Archangel Michael to set up mirrors to deflect energy back to which it came with peace, light, and love. And that peace, light, and love will send energy back to these people for their own evolution. Okay, so so there we go. All right. All right. So we're about closing in here. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes because usually we run 30 to 45 minutes in here. So yeah. So collective energies have shifted, by the way. You're welcome. And the energy is definitely, so a lot of people absorb that energy of that negative nastiness. It's hard not to be quite honest with you, but maybe on my next live, maybe I can go over that, is to go over making sure that you are sealed and how to do that, because there are ways, and just a quick simple mindset that you need for yourself is to just go and just shield up and protect and be like, okay, no matter what's coming my way, I'm good, and it's going to deflect off me. That's how you know you're centered in your heart space too, is because you're going to observe without absorbing other people's stuff. So it's the quickest way is to imagine yourself in a bubble. And I like to call upon Archangel Michael for shielding and protection. But I want you to know that you don't have to call upon anybody for protection or shielding. We all have the power within. We all have this ability. It's just not being stressed and setting your own intentions. Oh, so here's the theme of the day, setting intentions. So it's the new moon energy. And Shauna, with your fatigue in the crown chakra activity is with trouble sleeping. Yeah, we're going to need to do some clearing around that. So I'll pull some energy out of there for you. You also have, Shauna, some memories that need to come up that are starting to suppress, and you're getting that pressure in the crown chakra. So you know what I'm going to tell you to do, right? You need to do your 4 quarters and do your homework. Love you. If you're stuck with that. So text me later, okay? And do your 4 quarters, and then we're going to go over what's blocking you. But if you do your assignment, it will reveal itself to you, and then we'll further discuss that and shift the energy and disconnect it for you. Okay? So, yay. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know a lot of times this free online series, thank you, Deb, for the Wellness Gala, for putting this together. You know, we're all coming together and giving our time to help people. And I really hope this information is helpful for a lot of people. And we all have our gifts and our talents. And I just felt today needed to be a little bit more fun and playful, you know, like me kicking a chipmunk today. Oops. So here we go. So yes, Julie, I haven't gotten yours either too. So love you all, and it's so wonderful to see you. I will keep you posted about the new stuff that I'm putting together. It's in production with a team of people right now, and working on it. So it's taking me a little bit longer, but I am busier now more than ever. So I'm so excited for that to launch and roll out and see how everybody loves that. I've been starting to work with it a little bit. So I'm going to bid you all farewell for tonight and enjoy your evening. Lots and lots of light and love to you all. And I love seeing you, and thank you so much for joining me. This was fun to have my peeps with me. I really, really enjoyed seeing everybody here. So any questions, you can message me. You can, most of you here know me, or you can also reach me through wellnessgala.com. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. So, new moon intentions, state it positive, state it as if you already have it, and create the life that you want and create the life that you know you can have. Breathe, relax, and namaste. Mwah. Love you all, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you. And thank you for joining the Wellness Gala's free online series. Take care of yourself. Have a good night.